I will leave that to you to figure out if we actually are and have audio and whatnot.
Let's see. Yes.
Okay, that worked out then.
Yes, we are. My cats are wigging out right now.
Are they? Did you give them cat weed?
I do have cat weed for them, but not in this particular circumstance. I moved furniture and stuff around so that I could vacuum.
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah, so they're just checking out the new landscape.
So, I actually have something we can talk about real quick.
Oh,
Uh, I believe it's Logan Paul versus
okay.
Mayweather.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
Um, do you know what type of fighting they're going to be doing?
It's boxing.
Boxing. Oh, Jake Paul's gonna get his, or Logan Paul's gonna get his ass
One of the
handed to
Pauls.
him. Yeah. Um, Floyd Mayweather is a legit boxer and a very successful one.
Not just legit. He's like world champion
Yeah.
or some
And
shit.
Logan Paul uh is good at marketing.
Logan Paul is an amateur boxer.
Yeah. It's all fine and dandy to want to fight the greats, so to speak. Um,
Let's see. It says here that Mayweather is fought in lightweight, welterweight, featherweight, light welterweight, super featherweight, light middleweight. And Logan Paul does not have division. In fact, he's barely fought anyone.
yeah, he doesn't have a lot of history under his belt. Um, the only true experience that I've understood to be known about him is that he was a successful wrestler in high school. So,
Let's see. Boxing career. In his amateur, he has fought KSI. In his professional career, he has fought KSI once more.
yeah,
And now he's fighting Mayweather.
I don't know what makes him think that he can take on Mayweather. Um, we saw McGregor try to fight Mayweather, and he did not do too well.
Yeah,
I,
Mayweather can kick. Er, hang on. Oh, shit.
boxing is cool and all, but I don't know. It's not my particular thing that I like to watch as far as fighting goes. Um,
It,
but it seems like the goal with these crossovers, so to speak, in terms of speaking with McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, is money. They make a lot of money off of these shows.
I
Um,
know, but the boxing record here says total fights 1, total wins 0, losses
yeah,
1.
one. Yeah,
That's not a good record to go against, Mayweather, who is a championship boxer.
I think he's just trying to create some hype. I don't know that it will ever happen, and if it does, it's just for show. Um, I don't know.
It's gonna happen. Supposedly, he's fighting him here pretty soon, actually.
We had who was it? Mike Tyson and another pretty famous boxer come back.
Oh, it's Sunday.
Uh,
This is tomorrow.
what
The fight.
that I'm talking about?
No, the Paul versus Mayweather.
Oh, it's happening. Okay. Yeah, I think Logan Paul. I don't see him winning.
I see him getting his ass beat in the first round.
First round. I mean, he might last 2, maybe 3.
That's if Mayweather's feeling pity for him.
Yeah, like I said, he has a lot of wrestling experience, and that's a lot of grappling and submissions and whatever. But I mean that it seems like he's just gonna try to hug Mayweather a lot, is what I see.
Well, we'll find out.
He might land a hit or two.
I doubt it.
I'm not. I'm by no means an expert in
Neither am
boxing.
I,
I
but
don't
I can still
understand it.
see him get his ass kicked.
Yeah, yeah. I know when someone gets knocked around, so I think that's what's gonna happen to Logan.
Oh shit! Excuse me. Oh, my fucking allergies are getting to me.
Yep. Survived a whole pandemic just to be bodied by pollen.
Yeah, I know. Fucking sucks.
Yep.
Uh, you want to talk about cummies?
What?
Yeah, we can talk about cummies.
The phrase?
Nope.
Oh. I'm scared.
Cummies is a new cryptocurrency for adult creators.
Oh. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't see that becoming very popular.
Elon Musk is creating it.
Oh my god, is he really?
Yes.
There's no way.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'll put this up on screen for Twitch. Ah,
It's spelt like, yep, it is spelt how I thought
it's
it would
yeah, it's spelled exactly.
be. The way I thought it would be.
Cum Rocket, also known as Cummies.
um,
Elon Musk causes Cum Rocket crypto to quadruple in price after tweeting explicit emoji.
Dude.
I was about to Google Cum Rocket and I realized how bad that would be.
This crypto has apparently been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
Ever since the 80s. Back when it started at $9 and then only recently started.
Yeah. Apparently Elon Musk has tweeted about it or some shit.
Yeah, I don't think he made it though. That's crazy.
If you Google it, make sure you put in cryptocurrency.
Yep.
Don't just type in Cum Rocket, otherwise you'll get an entirely different thing.
Oh, I wasn't gonna look up that phrasing. I was looking up Cummies crypto.
As of today, the price is 0.1545. Wait.
Rocket cryptocurrency.
Says here it's actually basically 16 cents. It looks like. I'm assuming. I know nothing about crypto.
Oh god. Of course Elon would get down.
That dude's a fucking freak.
If you go to their website, it's 17 cents now.
What's their website?
Cumrocket.io.
Cumrocket.io.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you sent... Okay.
No, it's the legit.
Oh, wow.
You can buy them if you want.
So...
How how to buy them. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh God.
Yep.
Oh. So if you go to buy Cumrocket or whatever,
Yep.
it takes you to cumswap.cumrocket.io.
Creamy.
Why is this a thing?
I don't know, man. Someone thought it was a good idea, and cryptocurrencies are kind of weird to understand. Um, the government likes to say that you can't just create a currency out of
Someone
thin air
created cummies.
and but you can. The crypto market has kind of not been doing good, and I think it's on the decline. It got a lot of popularity there for a second, but everything is kind of under right now.
Oh God, we can do our politics talk again.
Yep.
I'm just going through a whole bunch of different stuff to talk about, and apparently impeach Biden is trending.
Okay.
They're doing it again.
There's a Trump rally in my town. There was the king will be back in 2024 or whatever they said.
Well, he can. He can run again.
Yeah.
That's
make
why they
America
tried to impeach
great
him.
Again. Yeah.
If he's impeached, he can't run again, but he wasn't.
Right. Anyway, I had there was a Trump rally here in town, and they were talking about the great return of Donald. It's kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know that he will try to run again. I think he might believe that he did what he can do, and he pursued that, and I don't think he'll want to do it again. But maybe, who knows? He said he does, right? He has said that he'll be back. We'll be back.
To be fair, I don't honestly give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even give a shit about Biden. Fuck him.
As far as politics go, I guess recently Biden had proposed a tax for corporations that they have to pay a minimum tax of 15%.
They're not even saying why they want to impeach him on this. I'm not getting an explanation.
Yeah, they don't really have a good reason to impeach Biden. I don't think. I don't know. Smelling baby's hair isn't illegal. Sniffing hair isn't illegal, so.
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about this. What the fuck happened to Biden being an absolute fucking creep?
What do you mean?
Remember when he was getting like way too close and touchy-feely with all these girls?
Yeah.
And that type of shit?
Yeah.
Did everyone just kind of forget that?
No, I still see news updates about it every now and then. Like, oh, Biden smelled young girl's hair at press conference or whatever.
He did a lot more than that.
I'm talking about this particular time that had happened, but
yeah, he smells lots of girls' hairs.
Yeah.
Now that I'm going through it,
I don't see a terrible problem with that.
I do.
I don't know. When you hug someone, you kind of smell them.
He's not like. This isn't just him hugging and him accidentally smelling them due to it. This is him grabbing onto them. Like, Google creepy Biden.
Creepy Biden.
I'm putting it up on stream as well.
Biden.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
Just on YouTube? What am I doing?
Oh, Google Images. This is a little weird.
Yeah. Yeah. He, it looks like he just likes to smell people's hair. It's weird.
I bet his wife totally pegs him.
He might be too old for that.
What, to get fucked in the ass?
Yeah.
You're never too old.
Mocked with photo of Trump. Why creepy? That's funny.
I mean, if your girlfriend asked you, would you let her, like, peg you?
No.
No? You wouldn't even consider it?
Nope.
What if it was, like, with a baby carrot?
No.
No? Why not?
That's an exit.
That's an exit only?
Yeah.
What if she asked you to do it to her?
I mean, maybe. I'd consider it. I'd have to wear a condom, though. Feel weird otherwise.
So, you'd do it to her, but you wouldn't let her do it to you?
No.
You sexist bastard.
Oh, yeah.
How dare you? You wouldn't let her stick a finger up there while you're doing it?
There's no equality when it comes to that.
Well, supposedly that's where the male G-spot is.
Yeah. It's not a spot I want touched.
Why not?
I don't think I need it.
You don't think you need it?
No, I think I have a good enough time without that spot being irritated.
What if it's something that like is so good and you absolutely love it, but because you refuse, you'll never know?
Yeah, I'd have to try it first, and I'm not down.
Really? So you won't even do it to yourself?
Oh no, especially not.
You fucking homo.
It's homosexual not to touch my butthole.
Yeah, at this point.
Oh, jeez.
I actually, like, I am so over this Pride shit, and I don't like that Pride Month is my birthday month. And I'm so done with it. I'm literally debating on putting "I'm straight and proud" on Twitter.
You should be able to do that, right? Because it's Pride Month.
Yeah. I'm proud of my sexuality.
With straight pride.
I got nothing against the gays or, whatever the fuck else you are. The Technicolor rainbow in between.
They recently changed a lot of dictionaries for the word gender.
No.
Yeah.
They can't do that. It's illegal.
So I had thought that gender for like ever had meant or had been a way to describe your sex being male or female. And they changed a bunch of dictionaries to say that it's an identity, that gender is an identity, so that the individual can choose whatever their gender is.
But it's not.
That's not the definition that I grew up with.
That's not even the legal definition.
Yeah. So
when you go to get your license or you go to apply for shit, that is not the legal definition of what gender is.
No, but now you can put other, and in certain circumstances you can even type in a gender.
Well, originally, with race, it was you were black or white. And now you're other.
Well, with race there's a lot more than black and white.
I'm in America.
Yes, in America. You can say whether or not you're Asian, Caucasian, white, Hispanic, Latino, or...
No. Latinx.
Well, that's just proving that there's multiple.
No, because apparently it's sexist to say Latino and Latina. And now you're Latinx.
Okay. I'm Latin American, let me just say that, I guess.
No, you're Latinx.
Well, actually, I'm Hispanic, so...
Yeah, that's it's for all Hispanic people.
Yeah. Latinx, that's weird.
Yeah. Deal
I
with it,
guess.
fucker. Accept
I
your
guess.
race.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
How do you feel that
It's
they're
ridiculous.
forcing this title upon you?
I don't feel that it's forced upon me. I've never seen that on an application that I've filled out.
You're Latinx now.
I've okay. It's weird. I don't. I'm
Stop
not
being
Latin American though.
self-racist.
But I'm not Latin American though. That's the issue I have with that. That I'm not Latino. I'm Hispanic, which is different.
It's for all of them now. They grouped it together.
Uh,
All the
that doesn't
Spanish-speaking countries got together.
work.
They voted on this shit.
I haven't seen it in the practical world, so I don't know that.
Yet
It
neither
affects me
have
yet.
I, and yet it's still a thing.
Just like I haven't seen. I don't know. If you sign up for certain social medias, like if you make a Facebook account, a most recent Facebook account, like if you made one today, it would ask you what gender you are, and it lists like 40 different genders. At the top is male and female, but underneath that is everything else.
How about no?
Yeah,
Is pissed off one of them?
I don't think. I mean, I think there is a way that you can write one in, because there's new genders that are discovered daily.
And
I
I'm
guess.
pissed off is what I am.
There's hundreds of genders.
You know, I don't like that. Another thing I don't like is these fucking freaks parading around their fetishes and kinks in public.
Such as.
For instance, like at the pride parades and whatnot, you'll see these people in their gimp suits and whatnot, or these other fuckers that are in barely any leather and with a leash on them,
Yeah. Yeah.
crawling around too, and there are
That's
kids
it.
around.
Yep. That's the thing.
Like, be proud all you want, but do it in the bedroom, freak.
I don't know. Sexual acts used to have to be private.
Technically, if you're wearing a wedding ring, then you are brandishing your kink. You're saying that you like to fuck this one person.
I don't know if I'd consider that a kink, though.
I mean, at this point, it probably is.
Oh, jeez.
Because it's abnormal to like someone of the opposite sex now. It's
My
a minority.
girlfriend- I was listening to. She takes I forget what the name of the class is, but she takes this class, and the professor that she had was talking about. Oh shit! Now I'm gonna forget it. Oh, is being transgender gay or any of this? Do you believe it to be a fad?
I don't know about a fad, but I do believe that some of it is quite possibly a mental disorder.
He has been doing a lot of research on it and has found that he believes this to be a trend of some sort.
Probably today it is.
Yeah. Then the reason being is because no other time in history was something like this becoming acceptable or rather being done as frequently as it is. And then he was saying that the counter on the other side that they have to that is, oh well, they had to do it in secret. And he was like, yeah, but if people felt that they had to do it in secret,
They had
wouldn't be
clubs.
popular. Yeah, it wouldn't be popular. It would be a secret, so it wouldn't be a trend. But now everyone is doing it. Like everyone has their own fucking little thing that they're doing. And one of the kids in her class got uber offended or whatever because they considered themselves to be non-binary, and then they started to talk about that. It was funny.
But I'm thinking about it, and like, they had clubs back then.
What do you mean?
Like the gays and the people who like to dress up and drag and all sorts of stuff. They had clubs that they could go out to and party.
Yeah, and those are secret clubs.
No, not that secret.
but it seems like he's pretty convinced that this was a trend, and I kind of see it as such as well.
Nowadays,
Especially
it
because,
probably is a trend with all the people that are doing it so frequently just for shits and giggles.
well, the other issue that I have with this too is that you're starting to see it primarily in the younger population, and by younger I mean under the age of 18. Um,
I see it
which,
forced on kids, in my opinion.
yeah, under the age of 18, you can't really make decisions for yourself. You're too influenceable. um, as a child. Your brain is not developed enough to think for yourself. Literally, you just can't. You have too many other things going on in your mind. And biology is going against you at that particular time in your life. Um, and so, like, when children or people that are young make these decisions to change their sexuality or stuff, the doctor has to first diagnose them with gender dysmorphia in order to do it, and then has to then make absolutely sure that this is something that the kid is wanting to do or the young adult is wanting to do.
Yeah, like that's another thing. Like, I'm assuming like you've seen these videos on the internet. Like, have you seen like the gay kid that dancing around in like a rainbow tutu?
Yeah,
Like that kid's gonna grow up and he's gonna want to fuck everything that moves.
yeah. The other issue that I'm starting to see as well, and this is an issue with people our age group, is that we are in that age group where most of us are starting to have children of our own. A lot of people our age are stupid, in my opinion, because they don't want to give their child a gender per se.
People in our generation don't like to spank their kids anymore.
I don't know
Like
what
they're
it is,
fully
man.
against that, and like I grew up with spankings being a punishment.
You can. I mean, I'm never gonna raise my kid to like only like one thing uh or another, in terms of like if I have a son and he likes boys or whatever. But in that same regard though, ridiculous ideas like there's gender fluidity,
There's
being
not.
able to change your gender on a whim just because you feel like it is ridiculous to me, especially for a child. And I see this with my 3-year-old niece in that she can't stay focused on one thing for much longer than maybe 3 minutes at a time. And
Exactly.
if she's really wanting to focus on it, you know, 3 minutes maximum. There have been a plethora of studies showing the attention spans of people that are under the age of 18. And of course, as you get closer to 18 and surpass 18, your attention span starts to you can start to focus on things for hours at a time, a lot longer.
Yeah.
But when you're in, especially when you're in puberty, you can't focus on shit for longer than a couple of minutes. You don't remember what your face looks like in the mirror that morning.
Yeah, if you were to sit your kid down in front of a video of monkeys, they'd pretend to be a monkey.
Yeah. They don't have the attention span to think for themselves, and it's ridiculous for parents to expect a kid to determine what gender they are or what sexuality they want. And speaking of sexuality, I don't think that's a conversation for a child to have. They don't have the capacity to think that way until they're, I don't know, closer to the age of 10.
And even then, just barely.
Yeah, and even then, it's very awkward and just not, excuse me, not going to be a worthwhile conversation of any kind.
I mean, if you think you're gay, fine. But you don't know if you are.
I don't know. It's
Like,
just ridiculous. And the day that I see a nurse question my decision because I saw that the gender of my child was male or female, I'm like, yeah, put male on their birth certificate or whatever.
they got dangly
and
bits.
a nurse, yeah, and a nurse decides, don't you want to wait? No, fucker.
No.
First of all, that's my child, so I can raise my child however I deem.
If they decide
Um,
by the time they're 18 that they're a different gender,
yeah,
and it sticks for a while, then let them change it themselves.
that's an adult that made that decision, in my opinion. And even then, like female brain might be fully developed at 18, but male brain is not. We take a little bit longer.
Better yet, if you're
Um,
15 and you decide you're another gender, and in 5 years you still want to be that gender, just go right ahead and change it.
yeah, you're probably gonna stick with it. A
If you,
lot can change in 5 years. A lot can change in 1 year.
yeah,
A lot can change in 6 months, 3 months.
yeah. So if you can go 5 years saying you're this gender, then I'm all for you changing it.
Yeah.
That shows that you're sticking with it. If it hasn't
Yep.
changed in that 5 years, it's probably not going to change ever again.
Probably not going to change, and I'm sorry you feel that way. I wish you were born the other way.
Yeah.
But the other issue that we're seeing, or the other issue that has been brought up to me, or that I've realized or thought about, is that sometimes, and this is rare, right? Sometimes doctors will have the ability to determine what genitalia a child has, and they base it off the length of whatever dangly bit they have down there. So if it's under a certain length, you're female. If it's over a certain length, they'll consider you to be male, and they will do things in order to make you a male or make you a female.
Wait,
Um,
so what length does it have to be in order to
I
be
don't
considered female?
Well, I'm not sure what the length is, but essentially what happens is that someone that was supposed to be male was cut down and shipped out as a female, right? And I don't know. That's just not good, in my opinion. And then that person.
What if
literally
someone just has a micro penis? What if they're born with that? That's a real thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think doctors should be able to determine it off of a length. I think they should determine it off of the chromosome.
Hang on. I'm looking something up. I'm a little curious.
I don't know. Biologically speaking, you're male or female, and your chromosomes fit that. And whatever your chromosomes are determines what your DNA is going to try to produce. So, if you're male, you're going to be producing testosterone. But if the doctor determines that they want you to be a female, it's not going to be a good time for you.
I am like a little weirded out that I actually had to look this up. I'm like trying to figure it out without being weird and looking it up. How babies' genitalia develop in nub theory.
Yep.
Well, first off, technically we all start out as females in the womb.
Yeah.
That's like a thing. That's what a clit is. It's a penis.
Right. We just have an oversized clitoris.
And an undersized dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's a scientific fact. Is that once we conceive and start developing, we start out as a female, and then later on through development, we become a male or we stay a female.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's weird to think about, I suppose, but at the end of the day, I think that doctors should medically go off of whatever chromosomes that they have, whether or not they have there's certain.
Remember when people were
X, Y,
smart?
X. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't remember that either?
If people were what?
If people were smart.
If people were smart, yeah, no, that was never a thing.
Yeah. Like,
Um,
it's a doctor. Like, would you want to go to a doctor that does that?
no.
Like, what if you're like,
But
your
would you-
doctor's there, and you're like, okay, it seems due to the length of your penis, you are female.
And like, would you even know that that's what happened to your child? You wouldn't. There's no real way to tell either.
Yeah, what about chromosomes? What about, I don't know, testosterone and levels or estrogen levels? How about that?
Yeah. I don't know if there's better ways to base that judgment on something than the overall length. And I don't know. To me, it makes sense to go off of what chromosomes they have, so because that's what their body's going to be producing later, right?
Yeah.
So if you give
Like,
them
how
male
about
parts and
how
they're
about a ball
making
sack and a
estrogen,
penis? How about that?
yeah,
Do they have that? Yeah, they're probably male.
yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It happens
Yeah. So
because when you're a baby, your testicles are still inside of you, so they literally can just, you know,
hence that's where the phrase "your balls dropped."
yeah.
They finally dropped.
So they can determine whether or not they're medically never going to drop. And it's just kind of weird. It's bizarre. It's really bizarre. But that's why they feel like a lot of people, um, especially in like the 70s and stuff, felt like they were trapped in a boy and they were meant to be a girl or whatever. Um, is because doctors determined what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That it happened all natural.
Also, you would think, well, I guess you would hope that if an individual went to a psychiatrist and was talking to them about how they feel, like, for example, I'm a boy, but inside I feel like I'm a girl or whatever, you would think that that individual would seek a psychiatrist, right, in order to see and determine whether or not they had gender dysmorphia. But if they do have that, gender dysmorphia is a mental disorder.
Yeah, like at what point do you
Not normal.
realize that what if this person isn't like actually believing that they're this and this, and in
Yeah.
actuality they have a mental disease? At what point do you separate like that from the real ones?
Well, it's important to not say disease and to stick with the word disorder because diseases aren't always treatable. Disorders are.
Okay, but
Um,
still, the point's there.
yeah, I don't know. If you have a mental disorder of some kind, something in your brain isn't wired correctly, and there is a potential that it could be wired correctly later in the future, whether you grow out of it or a traumatic injury happens to your head and you just think differently after it or what have you.
Yeah, like
But
uh, because really think about it. Like, if you're a guy and you decide you want to be a woman, at what point do you think it's normal to cut off your genitals in order to
yeah,
become that?
I don't know. Um,
If you were to go up like at any point where that isn't like a thing, they would think you were fucked in the head.
yeah, now the other thing to realize is that we're looking at this from a point of view that is considered normal, right? Because we don't want to mutilate our body in order to fit a particular mental state that we feel is comfortable.
And
So
hence
to
body
that,
dysmorphia and gender dysmorphia.
yeah, so that individual feels like this is the only way that they can obtain the to feel right inside of their own body. So they don't really. I don't even think they would have the capacity to think or believe that this isn't normal.
Yeah, so at what point do you separate the people with the actual disorders and the people who are really like that?
Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know how we would do that.
In today's
Um,
society, you don't.
yeah, it's a
Because
touchy
according to the
subject.
world, that's normal. It's okay to feel like that. But what if something's actually wrong with that person? And because of society today, they can't get the help they need because they aren't really like that. There's something messed up in them and they just don't know it compared to someone who truly believes that, who
Yeah,
isn't messed up in the head, who doesn't have anything wrong with them, who doesn't have a disorder.
yeah. These are all good questions, and it's all stuff that it kind of makes you think. It's just weird ideologies, weird ways to think about it, and I don't know. Now we have the other issues that we have the medical technology, so to speak, to switch you to the other gender. But even then, like, how do you know that when you switch to the other gender that you'll feel exactly what that gender feels? You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea what it feels like to be a girl. I have no idea at all. If I had some medical professional change me over to be a girl, how would I personally know that this is what it's supposed to feel like? Like,
I
would I
mean,
start to try to justify that
that
within my
that's
own
a
head?
that's a bit different, as there you will take drugs to differentiate the chemicals in your body, and you'll get more estrogen, far less testosterone, and technically you will feel to a certain level like a female.
Yes, to a certain level, but
But
it would never be 100%.
it's a little different, and that's not really a good comparison of this, I think,
There
because there are drugs out there that will do that.
there's a lot of evidence showing how women and men think, like what parts of our brain are activated upon whatever scenario we encounter. And transgender individuals still think like the gender they were before.
Yeah,
So they still think the same way. Um, so to speak, they think like a man. They think like a woman, but it's not what they're feeling their body should be like. But they still think like a man, or they still think like a woman.
yeah. So, how much trouble do you think we're gonna get in for this conversation?
Not much.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, if any at all.
I hope you're right.
We, yeah, I think we'll be fine.
I,
If we got more engagement from the comment section or had like way more people watching and pissed off at us, maybe.
I don't know. Like, let's give it a while and we'll find out.
Yeah.
God forbid, like, this comes up like a month from now or a year from now, and we just get totally like ousted from the internet.
Yeah, 15 years from now, we'll have like a super big podcast, and someone will find this, and then cancel culture will take over.
And then we'll
If
just
cancel culture
completely
even is
fucking
alive.
ignore them and make
Yeah.
fun of them for wanting to cancel us like
I
we
don't
do
know.
now.
We don't have a super big understanding of that just because we're barely touching or doing it now, barely grasping the ideas of it. But we don't even really have a good grasp on psychology as it is. So it's just kind of interesting. Like, if something doesn't fit what we would consider the typical norm to be, we would consider that a mental disorder of some kind, and then we would try to correct that behavior. Um, I don't know. I think that if you have gender dysmorphia, or if you have genitalia dysmorphia, or any of those, they something is a little off in your mind. And I mean, you can either lean into your disorder or you can try to fix your disorder. And that's, I guess, up to the individual. But if you lean into your disorder, aren't you kind of just leaning into the fact that you're crazy? I guess. I don't know if that's the right way to look at
I
it,
don't
but
think so. I mean, I think people who think like that and they tell their doctors that or something, they should get a psych evaluation or something to try to
right.
figure out if that's
And
their normal or is there something wrong.
they have to get if they're under the age of 18, they have to get a psychological evaluation
Do
to
they
determine
though?
whether or not they do. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Um, yes, they
Okay.
have to, in order to even consider the idea of biologically changing their sex.
Really, they don't just need a parent's permission.
Yeah, you can't have just a parent's permission. No, they talk with the individual that wants it. The parents aren't really involved in the situation either. For example, if they go through with the psychiatric evaluation and the psychologist determines that this individual has gender dysmorphia, then that person has the legal right then to decide for themselves, which is ridiculous to me.
Yeah, should they have the legal right to decide for themselves if there's something mentally wrong with them?
The only thing that will stop them is the doctor. So it all depends on what doctor they went to or what psychologist they went
Well,
to
just
determine
in
whether or
general,
not-
like, should they have that right?
I don't think so because they're kids.
No, like if they're
Um,
diagnosed and it's proven that they have a mental disorder of some sort that has to do with this, should they have the legal right?
No, they should wait until they're 18, and if they still feel that way, then so be it.
I don't know about that one.
Um, they the reason why I say that is because it's a disorder, and disorders can be fixed.
I know, but yeah, the way I'm thinking of is that technically couldn't that impede your way of thinking? Because of that disorder, you are not thinking right. So should
You
you
wouldn't be-
have the legal right to decide for yourself, even though you are diagnosed with this disorder?
Yeah, I don't know. You're not thinking right if even if you go through it after and you feel better about yourself, like that's still not you still have gender dysmorphia. It doesn't just like go away. Like
Yeah.
you're content with who you are and who you've become, but you still have gender dysmorphia.
I mean, I think the same way with people who want to get all these implants and stuff injected into their body and whatnot, want to keep changing their appearance through that. I find that to be extremely weird.
Body dysmorphia.
Yeah, like have you seen the people who try to look like Barbie?
Yeah.
Like that's a mental disorder.
Yeah, and we shouldn't be curating it, I don't think. Catering to it. rather.
If it's a mental disorder, I don't think they should have the right. Because of the
Yeah.
same thing, like people bring up that argument. Well, what about they have cancer? Then do they have the right? Well, yeah, but that's not mentally impeding their thinking.
Yeah.
Like
Physically
so, they can
impeding their-
decide. They can decide fully and comprehend everything on whether or not they want to get treated for it,
emo, or if they want to just
or if
die.
they want to, yeah, or if they want to just die. That is their right because it's not. They can fully comprehend it.
Yep.
Whereas
Well-
mental disorders, you can't comprehend it to certain degrees because it's impeding your way of thinking. You'll want to think this way, and because of this disorder, you can't necessarily change it.
My girlfriend and I watched we're watching a show that is set in the future. They have like self-driving cars and all this shit and like super advanced AI. But the show is mainly based off the idea of heaven. In that apparently before you die, or if you're on the verge of dying, they can upload your consciousness to a computer and put you inside of a simulation.
I know that
that
show.
makes you feel, yeah.
I know
So
what you're
we're-
talking about. I've saw commercials for that like all the fucking time along a good bit ago.
Yeah, so we're watching that show. It's super interesting, and I would highly suggest checking it out if you're. And I had laughed because I like halfway through the first episode, I had realized something. I was like, of course, somebody would find a way to monetize death.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you think about it, sleep is just like a pre-trial for death.
Yeah.
It's the free trial. That's all it is.
So, like, of course, somebody would monetize death because you have to pay for this service. And if you're poor, there are free heavens, so to speak, but they're awful and they're just not, programmed well, and you're not living well or whatever.
Wouldn't that be hell then?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And the other issue is that you have older folk that have that traditional point of view of death, so to speak. It's kind of weird to think about, but where they're just like, I don't want to be put in a simulation, I just want to die. And their loved ones are like, but you can live forever and we can like talk to each other and
Fuck that.
all this stuff.
I died to get away from you fuckers.
Yeah. if if I was going to go to a simulation, I'd want that to be my simulation. But apparently, somebody found a way to monetize this and make it so that you have to pay for the good simulations. And that's not ideal to me. So I would just rather just die, like, regularly.
So what do you think happens when we die?
I don't know.
Like, you don't have a theory on this or anything?
No. And I don't really think about it either. I used to. I don't know what happens. I think it just goes black.
Yeah, like I think absolutely fucking nothing happens. I think you're here and then you're not.
Yeah, I don't think you realize it. I don't think you'll realize that you're gone.
I don't realize that I'm asleep half the fucking time.
Yeah.
So, like, there's that.
I don't know. Maybe there's an afterlife. That would be great. Maybe there's a heaven. That would also be great.
If there is,
But-
we're not going to it.
Yeah, maybe there's a hell. Maybe that's where I'm going. But I don't know. I think that consciousness is being able to observe the stuff around you. And if you're dead, you can't do that. So you just simply stop.
So, going off of Dante Alighieri's depiction of hell, if you were to die and go to hell, what level do you think you would go to?
Oh, straight to the gutter.
Well, I doubt that. Like, every level of hell has like a sin attached to it.
I don't know what I.
All right, I
don't
guess I had to look up the levels of hell.
I mean, I know there's gluttony, there's lust, there's
Greed.
there's 7 sins, right?
There are 7 sins, but there are 9 levels to hell. All right, so the first circle is limbo.
Right. Which is where they think abortions go.
No, not technically abortions, although that is where they go, yes, but it's unbaptized or virtuous pagans.
Yep.
So, it's not heaven, but as far as hell goes, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
According to this, if you were to be in limbo, that is where you would find the likes of Hippocrates or Aristotle. I'm hoping you know who they are.
Hypocrites and whatever that other one
Okay,
is.
no, Hippocrates was a doctor back in Greek
Okay.
times, and he is where he's where the Hippocratic Oath came from.
Okay.
And Aristotle was a philosopher.
Yeah.
All right, the second level is lust.
Yep.
The wind buffeted second circle of hell is the final destination of the lustful and adulterous. Basically, anyone controlled by their hormones.
I'd be there for sure.
Yeah, Cleopatra's there.
Yeah.
Which
They would,
not too bad, really.
They would murder you. I don't know what would happen.
Next circle is gluttony.
Yep.
Today's forecast calls for plenty of icy rain and slush and a wintry mix for all eternity.
Lovely.
So, basically, like, all the Instagram models go there.
I guess, yeah. Not the hot tub models, so.
Or, sorry, the foodies.
The foodies, yeah.
Yeah. Next up is greed. Technically, the Jews would go there. You get the joke I made.
Yeah.
I'll probably get in trouble for that one.
All the bankers.
Yeah, people who, are money grubbing. The next one is anger. So, I guess all the UFC fighters go there.
Some of them are angry.
You get it though. Next
Yeah.
up is heresy. The heretics spend eternity entombed in flaming crypts in the sixth circle.
Oh, that's lovely.
Heresy is an obscured sin in these modern times. Next up, violence. Okay, violence is composed of 3 rings. The outer ring is filled with blood and fire, reserved for murderers and thugs. The middle ring is where, according to Dante, suicide victims go. They're transformed into trees and fed upon by harpies.
Okay.
And the inner ring is a place of burning sand. It's reserved for blasphemers and sodomites. So the gays.
The gays.
Yeah. Let's see
The gays
here.
and people who hate religion.
Next circle is fraud. It's subdivided into 10 trenches. But here you'll find con artists of all sorts, as well as IRS agents.
Oh, lovely.
And the final circle is treachery. And it's a frozen wasteland. So, out of these 9 circles of hell, which one do you think you would go to?
Well, I'd want to go to lust. That sounds like the least painful out of all of them.
Let's find out. Oh no! Would you really want to be around angsty teenagers and reality television stars?
Jesus, probably not. But
I guess Limbo would be the place I would want to go.
I don't know where I would go if, like I said, I kind of think that it just all ends.
If not, then I guess Lust, maybe. I don't know. Do you get to fuck there, or do you just not? Or you just like sit there looking at things and you got a hard on, but you can't do anything about it?
I bet it's just blue balls the entire time.
Yeah, are you eternally blue balled? Is that what it is? Because if so, I don't want to go there.
You're either blue balled or you can't get it up ever.
Yeah, so, I guess you've never read The Inferno.
Nope.
Oh, you need to. It's so good. Give me a second.
One second later.
Alright, so Inferno is actually a part of a trilogy. It's called The Divine Comedy. This was a Christmas gift like a couple of years ago, and I absolutely love it. Oh, look at that. That's amazing right there is what that is. It is such a great read. I highly recommend it.
Inferno?
The Divine Comedy in general.
The Divine Comedy, okay.
Yeah, do you want to know how God is described?
Oh.
Technically, it's a reading rainbow.
A what?
It's a bright white light with a Bible and a rainbow and clouds surrounding it.
So it's just a Bible?
Yeah, it's God is reading rainbow. That's the joke that I make. How does that make you feel now?
Weird.
Well, we can move on from that. How about fucking Fast and Furious?
What about it?
We're on the 9th one.
Yeah. They're making too many. They need to stop. It's just a cash grab.
Fucking. Remember when the series used to be about street racing?
It used to be about nice cars.
Yeah. They should
they
have
just
stopped
like
making
ridiculous.
these after the 4th one.
I've seen clips of some of the newer ones. And yeah, it's just... What the fuck are you doing? You're not
It's
even...
absolutely fucking ridiculous right now.
Don't get me wrong, some of the stuff they do in that doesn't make sense physically, as far as like what cars can do, like the whole Nas thing. That doesn't make sense.
Or
Nas,
like hopping from one building to the other.
yeah, Nas is not explosive. It's not flammable at all. So it's weird that like they had a scene where one of the cars caught on fire and they're like, oh no, the Nas. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
that was the
but
first movie.
yeah, and a big old blue flame, and like that's not how that works.
Yeah, well
Nas
now
is
they're all
not
fucking superheroes and super soldiers.
basically.
I wonder in which movie they're gonna time travel.
God, I they need to kill the series. It needs to stop being a thing.
It should have stopped being a thing like 5 movies ago.
I think Tokyo was my favorite, and then after that, I was like, all right, this is dumb.
God, you actually watched Tokyo Drift?
Yeah, because it was not like any of the other ones. I don't know.
It got so fucking ridiculous. It's not even funny.
The whole bank heist one.
I think that was the 5th one. I know this because I have all of them.
They have another one where they rob, I think, a train, right?
I think that is also the 5th one.
Mm-hmm.
It's either
They
that
have
or the
one.
4th one. Yeah, that's the 5th one.
They have one where they're chasing after a plane, I think,
That's the 6th one.
on the world's longest airstrip that people have calculated, and it's like it's so long. And if they were going as fast as they depicted, they would be traveling like the size of California.
And then they had spin-offs.
Yeah,
Like Hobbs and Shaw, I think. I don't know this because I actually like the movies. I bought them as a gift for someone.
I don't know. They should stop making those movies. They just really should. They're not good anymore. They're cheesy. I mean, they started kind of cheesy, but they've only gotten worse.
I mean, to be fair, I said the same thing about Star Wars once we got to the sequel trilogy.
Uh, I don't know. I thought Star Wars is a work of art from start to finish.
Oh, really? So you're
Mm,
fine with The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and The Rise of
except
Skywalker.
I was just gonna say except those ones because they're not canon anymore, so I don't have to consider them a part of my choice.
They came out and admitted they don't have a plan. They did not have a plan when making those movies. Meaning
were
it's
just worried
cobbled
about
together
money.
shit.
They were worried about money.
Ugh. I could make a better Star Wars movie than them.
That's what people have. It's ridiculous. I don't know. They broke a lot of shit. They just
I could have done one thing in the sequel trilogy and it would have made complete sense and fixed everything.
what?
All right, I gotta figure out what the name of it was. Oh shit. I gotta remember what the name is because I honestly forget what they called them.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like them for the last three for a lot of reasons. I felt like they shouldn't have tried to touch the story before it at all. They should have had brand new characters and a completely different story in the same universe. I think that's what would have made it successful in my mind.
Huh.
And they totally could have.
All right, I don't like that I can't find this now, and that's bothering me.
But they decided they wanted to try to go with the original storyline and then try to have some original characters, and then Carrie Fisher died, and
Yeah, that happened.
I thought the fucking spin-offs were better, like Rogue One. I
Rogue
really
One
liked
was
Rogue
amazing.
One. It was a good fucking movie.
Fuck anyone who
And
has anything bad to say about it.
it's a good fucking Star Wars movie too. You know, why did it work? They didn't have any original fucking characters really.
Yeah, because they killed them all off.
Yeah.
That's why the movie worked.
Yeah, I guess they killed them all off at the end. You're not wrong. But what I was saying is that they didn't have any original characters from like their original movies or anything like that. It was like their own set of rules, and it was perfect.
Yep.
They had Tarkin in it, and they had Darth
They had a
Vader in
very
it.
bad CGI Tarkin in it.
I thought it was really good, but they had Tarkin in it. They had a weird Leia in it. And,
That was her
Um,
daughter with CGI on her,
yeah,
if
and
I
think
remember correctly.
yeah, that's accurate. I thought it was good. It was a really good Star Wars movie. I thought Solo was probably one of the worst spin-offs.
I consider it a good space movie. I consider it a stupid fucking Star Wars movie.
I don't know. When you try to have original characters from something that has already been done, you're gonna fuck up somewhere, and you're gonna fuck up hard. And they definitely did with that. Like, I don't know. That's why I think Mando has been so successful. It's like not a whole lot of original characters in it. Like they're almost all brand new characters. Except for Boba.
Yeah.
I guess you could consider him to be an original character, but not really.
I mean, technically.
He said like maybe 7 words throughout the entire movie.
You know, and then they put him in, episode 4 for no fucking reason.
Yeah. Just kind of stood there.
Are you excited for the Book of Boba Fett?
Yes.
Do you think it's going to be good?
I don't know what they're gonna do. Oh, speaking of that, no, we don't talk a lot about the Bad Batch, but we get to see, just briefly, Jabba's right-hand man.
Bib Fortuna?
Yep.
Cool.
He's skinny, and he's still Jabba's right-hand man. Chronologically speaking, Jabba's still alive at that point, so...
Okay, I have the phrase I was looking for.
What's up?
Rey is a wound in the Force. That right there would have fixed everything.
A wound?
Yeah, wound in the Force.
I don't know what that means.
Alright, do you remember Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
Yes.
Alright, that is what Darth Nihilus and Meetra Surik, the Jedi Exile, were. They were wounds in the Force. And that made them incredibly fucking powerful. For instance, Meetra Surik, when she bonded with people, those people started to take on her personality and traits, and they absolutely loved her.
They didn't... They just did not sell the idea that Rey was a Skywalker.
Yeah, so imagine if they took that route with it, though. That would have made it a lot more believable.
Yeah. But what their end goal was to have Rey somehow be related to the Skywalker lineage.
I mean,
But they just did not do it at all.
Ben Solo's Force Ghost fucked her and impregnated her.
Impregnated Rey's mother?
No, Rey.
Rey, yeah. Who were Rey's parents? Just some
No
regular
one. She was a
people?
clone.
Uh,
Or technically, she's the daughter of a clone.
Doesn't make sense. It's weird. It's ridiculous.
All right, here's how it happened. It was confirmed in the novel. All right, Palpatine had his clones, as we all know.
Yep.
One of those clones rebelled and escaped. Then he got freaky with someone. We don't know who she is. She got pregnant and had a kid. So technically, she's Palpatine's daughter.
Yes, which is what he was hinting at in the movie.
Although he says granddaughter, I think.
Yeah.
Because also technically, I mean, if we were to go the route of Boba Fett, then the clone of Palpatine is technically Palpatine's son.
Yeah. I don't know.
So,
like, how did Anakin... Who's Anakin's father?
the Force.
The Force.
Yeah, that's literally it.
'Cause
Palpatine.
We don't know a whole lot about Shmi.
Yeah, okay, no, here's the official canon answer. Palpatine had tried to create life within the Force. The Force, sensing this, decided to say "fuck you," and as a ripple in response, impregnated Shmi. So, yeah,
I guess that works.
it fucking does not.
I don't know if it necessarily makes sense, but I don't know. Palpatine was trying to figure out a way to keep himself alive forever, and was learning everything that Darth what is his name? Plagueis was doing. And I mean, was pretty successful, except for the fact that he fucking murdered Plagueis in his sleep.
Yeah, you know who didn't have a problem with death?
Who?
Revan.
Yeah.
Bunch of pansies
Yoda.
compared to him. He
Yoda.
didn't even try to get immortal.
Yeah.
He wasn't aiming for that shit. Still fucking lived, though.
I don't know. It was also weird to me that they brought like ancient texts into it. The sacred texts. It's like, what the fuck? And Luke was so concerned about the secret texts or whatever, and Yoda's Force Ghost fucking obliterated it in the movies.
No, he didn't.
Well, yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, you remember that scene at the end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rey had him. Yeah.
Because fucking Yoda's likes to apparently be an asshole and fuck with people.
Bit of a jokester, man.
Yeah. Who knew?
He was that way with Luke.
He couldn't be that way back in when he was a Jedi, though, still.
I guess not.
You know, he couldn't, like, fuck with the toilet flows.
He had a hover chair, man.
You know, or, I really wish Grogu would speak like Yoda, and when Luke appeared, he did the, searching for someone. Found them, you have. And Luke would have just been like, no, not this shit again.
The amount of fear that Gideon had was hilarious, because this is literally the guy responsible for murdering 2 Death Stars worth of people.
Luke is literally an urban legend.
Yeah, he is a fucking bamf. He just comes in and just destroys his entire army like they don't even fucking exist.
Yeah, let me,
Grogu's like, yes, I know this person.
He doesn't know him. He recognizes him.
Yeah.
He senses the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this, and I explained it a bit, saying that he's probably one of the few from what's left of the Empire to have seen Luke, and now knowing he's real, he will wake up in cold sweats thinking about Luke just dismantling his Dark Troopers with ease.
Grogu is from the Republic era, right?
Yes.
How fucking old is Grogu by this point?
He's 50.
Yeah.
Remember, they talked about that in the first episode.
Yeah, they did. A long time, and he's still a baby.
Yeah, that actually kind of, like, is a bit fucky. Like, Anakin was complaining that how can he be on the council but not be a master? And me,
Yeah.
like, well, I was like, what if Yoda just said, I was a fucking youngling for 50 years, goddammit?
Right?
Like, what if he
know.
just said something like that?
It's just a weird circumstance to me because I would have expected Grogu to be a little bit more developed than that, I guess.
He probably won't start developing until he's, like, in his hundreds.
I mean, the Jedi were training this fucking thing as a youngling.
Were they, though? Like, how much of
Grogu
his
said.
training did he get?
I don't know.
I doubt they gave he didn't have a lightsaber. I refuse to
No.
believe that.
Probably not.
He,
Otherwise, he would have had one,
yeah.
right? This entire time, he would have been.
Well, I don't know. There were some Jedi who, threw away their lightsabers.
Yeah, those are weirdos.
But still, like, he shut himself off from the Force, which is something that was taken from Legends, because that's what the Jedi Exile did for a long time. She cut off her connection from the Force.
Because apparently you can do that.
Oh yeah, you can. Only they ruined it with Luke.
Yeah.
Also, Luke didn't do it first, you fucking... God damn, I hate the new fans.
Yep.
Kyle Katarn will whoop all of all of the new Star Wars ass.
Like, come on, fucking Yoda did it well before Luke did, right? At the very least.
No, he didn't cut himself off from the Force so much as he hid his presence in the Force. Dagobah was a conduit for the dark side. He was a Force nexus of the dark side. So Yoda was able to hide his presence completely.
Probably because he was the only light side sensitive thing there. Well, actually, his species can do both, can't they?
I don't know, because we don't know what the fuck he is.
Well, in Clone Wars, they showed that Yoda had the ability to do both without becoming corrupt with either side.
No, because the Clone Force showed that he does have the ability to become corrupt.
What do you mean?
I believe it was season 5 when they started doing, like, the whole random shit, and then they showed Yoda going on a journey to become one with the Force after death.
Yeah.
In that, they showed what would have happened if he fell to the dark side.
Yeah.
And he rejected it. Stayed with the light. So no, he does not have the ability to not become corrupted by it.
Darkside Yoda would be cool, though.
Darkside Yoda would be fucking frightening.
That'd be cool.
It's like a gremlin on crack.
We'll feed it after 12 and make sure it doesn't get wet.
Oh, God. I wish Kyle Katarn was in Star Wars.
That's something that always bothered me with the Gremlins movie.
What?
You have this kid that like got the weird animal or whatever, and then the shopkeeper is like, "Don't feed it after midnight and don't get it wet or whatever." But like, what if are they? Does the moon activate their craziness? Or is it a time thing? Is it exactly midnight?
I can't really tell you. I don't know much about the Gremlins lore. I do know that they're making a new one though.
Yeah.
They need to fucking stop.
They do.
Stop making remakes.
Yeah. Time is it? 11.
I talked about something I brought up to you, and it was the Clone Wars era, but Sauron's there,
Yes.
and he's a Force user.
Yep.
How fucking awesome would that be?
Be interesting.
Do you think he would win as a third faction?
Sauron would technically want to create clones, right?
I doubt it. Like, first off, he created the orcs and Uruk-hai on Middle Earth, so we have to assume that he can do it in the Star Wars universe as well, but just slightly different.
Some night witch magic.
Yeah, that'd probably be something he would learn
Yeah.
or attempt to. But we have to assume that he'd use the dark side of the Force in some capacity to make Uruk-hai and the orcs.
What use would they be, though? Because they'd be melee fighting, right?
No, they would have. First off, they would have blasters. They would have vibroblades and swords,
Uh-huh.
and they would have grenades and bombs and whatnot. They will also have tanks, and whatever other fucking creatures they would have. I kind of imagine it like the Locust from Gears of War.
What's the Rancor? It'd be a couple Rancors.
Yeah, he'd have like some Rancors that he would like modify with the dark side of the Force to mutate them or something.
Yeah.
I imagine he would create the One Ring.
You get to see a baby Rancor in the Bad Batch, by the way.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yep. Neither do I, especially because of who owns that baby one. But whatever.
Is it Jabba?
No, I'm not gonna tell you who it is.
Is it like a big spoiler?
No.
Is it Lando?
No, but you gotta watch it.
It's assuming I do watch it.
I think it's good. It's a good series. I need to watch the new episode that came out. I haven't yet.
Alright, I have another hypothetical for you here.
What's up?
Earth in the Star Wars universe.
We would die.
Would we?
We'd be considered primitive, right?
Would we stay primitive though? Like by the time that we're born, wouldn't you think we'd have advanced enough within that universe?
If we were visited by one of the planets from the core, so to speak, I think we'd be pretty advanced, right? We would start to trade with them and
we'd be in the Outer Rim.
Yeah, we'd be on the Outer Rim for sure.
As soon as we put like a man on the moon, that's when we'd get visited by other aliens.
Yeah.
Well, I openly, I imagine the Trandoshans or something would come down here and take us as slaves.
Something like that. Yeah, we're pretty.
Actually, yeah, we'd be conquered in like the first half.
We're very.
Or we'd be like Tatooine.
Yeah, maybe like Tatooine. I don't know. Tatooine was filmed in California, I'm pretty sure, so. And 29 Palms.
Oh, we definitely wouldn't be Naboo, I can tell you that.
Oh. No, and Naboo was even kind of like on the primitive side of things.
Not really. They were just peaceful.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't have an army.
We certainly wouldn't be like Coruscant.
Coruscant isn't even a planet anymore. Like, if you think about it.
It used to be.
Yeah, it used to be. And then they made it one giant fucking city.
Yeah.
Like, it covers all... They completely got rid of all the original surface. and replaced it with artificial stuff in a city.
Yep.
And then they gave it levels. They dug into the fucking planet.
Yep. You know who'd know a lot about that?
Who?
Ahsoka.
The Mandalorians, if they kept the original lore.
Yeah.
'Cause the original Mandalorians was a race called the Tong. And they were originally from Coruscant. And then the humans fucking came and fucked it all up.
That's about right.
Yeah.
And then it became the capital of the galaxy.
Until it wasn't.
Yeah. You know what I want as far as Star Wars goes? I want Galactic Assault back. Galactic Conquest, I think it was called, from the original games.
Oh, from Battlefront?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember playing that a lot.
There were like fucking 12 planets on each side that you would have to take over in order to win.
Yep.
Why didn't they? That was a simple concept. They should bring it back.
That was fun.
Yeah.
You didn't even have like just that. You had like the planets to conquer, and then you had the space battles.
Yeah. Why is that so hard to do? Why can't they just fucking copy that? Like, they
Because
just want
EA got a
copy and
hold of
paste.
it.
Didn't EA make it the first time?
No.
No? Electronic Arts didn't have
No, EA made the fucking remakes.
Right. But didn't they have a hand in helping make that?
No, I'm pretty sure it was LucasArts.
2005. Arguably the best.
Who? Yeah, it was LucasArts.
LucasArts and some other company. Yeah, anyway, they should have just been able to copy and paste that. They don't own the game mechanic style, right?
Oh, well, considering LucasArts was bought by Disney.
Pandemic was the company. Yeah, so if Disney owns LucasArts, they could have just copied and pasted that same fucking concept. Laziness.
Definitely.
But they should have done that. I really missed that game mode.
I do too, now that like you brought it up. Fuck, I miss playing that game. That was a fun game.
So you can get that game on PC, and there is a mod that has updated the texture pack and, made it modern looking. But it's not the same. It still plays like an old game.
Still fun.
Yeah. But come on. Just bring that fucking game back. That's all I want.
So
Could have done the same thing again. Just a 2.0 version. Remastered.
So I still play Magic the Gathering. And recently they got some new sleeves in.
Nice.
And those sleeves happen to be Harry Potter sleeves.
Oh god.
Yeah, they were house sleeves.
I'm looking at the player menu right now, and it's bringing back memories.
Do you know what house you belong to in Hogwarts?
Slytherin, at least from the test that I took.
Okay, so you took the test as well?
Yeah.
Well, I took the test, and I got Ravenclaw.
Nice.
So I now have...
So you have Ravenclaw sleeves? That's cool.
Yes, I haven't opened them yet.
That's really cool.
I could actually probably open them now.
I play... Oh, shoot, I have to go here soon. I play, what's that game? Squadrons. Oh, severely out of focus. Come on. Okay, there we go. I play Squadrons, and, it kind of has the same idea as far as the space battle goes, where you have to take down core systems of the entire ship. What they need to combine that with,
The ground war.
Battlefront 2, and then add a mode where you're having to fight, like you vote on what planet you're gonna go to next, just like a chess set, and You know, you
In
fly around or whatever.
I believe it was Battlefront 2, the new one,
Hmm.
that had the like the Battle of Geonosis.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool where you started off like on the planet and then you hopped up onto a ship. That was cool.
yeah. There's no reason why that can't be a thing. And also, what pissed me off is that their original idea, because they added like a galactic assault mode for the new Battlefront 2. Their original idea was to have ground warfare that you would have. Those look sick.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if the faction won or whatever, you would physically get into a ship yourself and fly yourself up to where the ships were at. I don't know why they didn't do that. They decided not to do that and to just do a teleport. A cutscene of everyone getting into one ship and then
And then you
you're
were
in a-
on the next area.
yeah, it's stupid.
Uh,
I don't know.
you said you
I
had to
want
go
a
soon.
really in-depth one. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, we've been live for like an hour 30, so I will set up the raid.
All right.
Cool.
Good summertime treat.
I'm setting it up. But hopefully we can do this more, as the name of the stream is actually called Consistency would be nice.
Yeah.
We're not too good at that.
No.
But anyway, this has been episode 19. We're one more away from 20. That's our second goal.
Yes, it is.
So this should be interesting. So hopefully we'll be. Should we do anything special for our next stream?
No idea. Try to get someone on here, I guess.
We could try to get Parrish on.
Yeah. Someone.
Should we try? Should we drink that stream? Should
Yes.
that be the drinking episode?
That should be the drinking episode for sure.
Oh God, that's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting.
Yep. We're still live, right?
Yeah, we are. I'm just waiting for the countdown to go down, and then I'll end the stream. But yeah, this has been episode 19. Hopefully, we'll be back next week for something fun.
Yeah. Probably going to be trash next episode, so it's going to be a good one.
So until next time, folks.